Our company is specialized on design and manufacturing of different kinds of vehicles using hydrogen as a fuel, and we are located in Tres Cantos, so that's why we're trying to learn Spanish, but it's difficult to do it within 1.5 years. So, but next conference next year maybe we will try. Let's go forward. This is our already commercial unit that we started sales this year. It's the mobile power generation station using hydrogen, pressurized hydrogen for energy production, and this is unit installed inside of regular car trailer and providing charging of different equipment that could use energy from green sources, for example. So the idea for construction of this unit appeared from two directions. The first one, we developed powertrains for our bigger transport units, and the second point, we met with Tarragona Port authorities, and they said us that about 15% of current ship owners are looking for green energy for charging of their yachts and medium-sized vessels during mooring in the port. So, and because of absence of clean energy in the port, these ship owners leaving for another ports for consumption green hydrogen from the grid. Some ports, you know, they have own solar farms or wind farms for production of green energy, but majority of ports today in Europe, they have no such energy facilities, and Coolergy could be the transmitter of this energy from green energy production, solar or wind based, or maybe hydro generation, and supply it to the port. You can move this trailer anywhere in the port on any pier and connect to yacht or small vessel to provide energy during the movement. So, but also we developed based on our main business linked to ISO LH2 tank containers production. So we developed the connection between Coolergy and LH2 tank containers to provide long-term production of energy depending on the demand of the port. So it depends on your demand. You can refill maybe every day the pressurized tank inside of Coolergy, or deliver 20 or 40 feet tank container. 40 feet tank container can provide 27 non-stop, 27 days non-stop charging of any consumer with 80 kilowatt per hour capacity. So on the picture you see our real testing while we had the voyage from Tallinn to Madrid in March and April. So we charged aircraft, we charged on the bottom picture, we charged tug in Riga port, we charged locomotives, we charged regular Teslas and so on. So frankly speaking, it's regular ground power unit, but not with diesel, but with hydrogen. So this is a description of how we are using this Coolergy. So now, next week probably we will have testing with one Spanish movie production company for making movies in Spain. So we will provide energy for lights, for buses, for actors, and we think that it's also one of the biggest possibility for using such big generators. We are discussing also the main problem, for example, for movie producers in Spain, that they can't make long time movie production in the center of Madrid, because it's banned to use diesel generators in the center of Madrid. The same in Paris, for example. In main capitals of Europe, you can't use diesel generators for long-term production of cinema. So that's why it's one of advantage of our Coolergy to use everywhere when you have some environmental restriction. So also on the bottom on the right, we previous Friday, 4 days ago, we tested our liquid hydrogen fueled locomotive. So it was the first trial just for testing of the system, and we used the power generation Coolergy as a powertrain for locomotive for testing of the propulsion of this unit. And the left picture on the bottom, you see we presented one Coolergy for Kherson region of Ukraine. So, and they will use it from the December for emergency delivery of electricity to their hospitals. So because of very difficult war situation. So it's our dream today, and we are extremely promoting this idea. We call this program ZERS, Zero Emission Welding System, to use Coolergy besides diesel generators for arrangement of welding of different kinds of pipelines or metal construction, and we just made an example, for hydrogen pipeline construction in Spain that we are discussing with Enagas very hardly. They want to build a huge distance of pipelines, approximately up to 4,000 kilometers all over the Spain, and also in Portugal and France. And totally, if they change diesel generators for on-field welding operations onto hydrogen power generators like our Coolergy, they then can avoid the pollution of 2.8 million tons of CO2. So it's a big advantage for realization of this program, and using carbon credits for compensation of this CO2 emission. This program for Coolergy against diesel generators for pipeline constructions could provide money return in twice. So the second, in our case, the first liquid hydrogen unit that we developed and presented this June in IFEMA, it's our autonomous refrigerated trailer. So it's the part of our program for one of our customers to build auto-train refrigerator with the range of non-stop movement up to 3,000 kilometers. So we have all power generation under the tail of this trailer with 2 fuel cells with capacity about 160 kilowatt, and also batteries, and we have e-axle that provide for whole auto train the back drive for that, and three liquid hydrogen tanks also under the bottom of the trailer that hold 150 kilo of liquid hydrogen. So totally we are producing electricity on board of the trailer, not on the truck. So at the beginning when we received this contract, we thought that we could arrange production of electricity on the truck and supply gas from trailer to the truck, or we also thought to produce electricity and to supply electricity to the truck, but unfortunately in accordance of regulation in Europe, both these approaches banned totally, and so some group, including Philips and so on, they are now discussing the possibility to avoid, not to avoid, to cancel this restriction with some compensation solutions, but only before 2037. So it will happen in another life. Maybe we will not be working, and robots will do everything. So, but we're thinking how to do it now. That's why we built a totally autonomous trailer that push on the truck in front of him and split the energy between truck and trailer. And even you have diesel truck in front of you that is stuck in this trailer, you split energy production between green energy and black energy, and even in this case you reduce your CO2 pollution in twice. So this is our locomotive that we are doing now. So on the picture on the top, it's the future design of this locomotive. On the left side, on the bottom, that's what we started to retrofit. On the bottom on the right, that we presented last Friday in Estonia. So this contract for 12 locomotives we signed with Estonian company, and all these locomotives will be working in Riga port in Latvia, and because of that, we don't need regular certification for these 12 locomotives. That is big advantage for us, because you know, in case of importance of certification, you will spend additional 2 years for certification of any rolling stock vehicles. So in our case, we need only risk assessment arrangement, and that's all. So because it's not public road implementation of these locomotives. So we tested it. It's okay working. You can see movie on our stand on the 4th floor. And we plan to finish the first locomotive in the middle of this summer, and next year to build extra 6 and 1 more year, so another 5. So anyway, we need to combine our production with the construction of liquid hydrogen plant. So it will be later. So this is our 2 projects with construction of liquid hydrogen plants. On the top picture, you see the future site of our plant in Estonia. It will be 2 tons per day production of liquid hydrogen for our locomotives and maybe future consumers. We are discussing with neighbor countries, with Finland, with Lithuania, with Latvia for retrofitting of their locomotives too, and we absolutely sure that all our capacity will be used by local customers. So from 2 tons, 12 locomotives will be eating every day 600 kilo, so about 50 kilo per day. For our refrigerators contract in Spain, because we have the option for construction of 1,000 refrigerators here. We are discussing for construction of blue hydrogen plant in Algeria together with Sonatrach, and we expect that, so if in Estonia we already received all permission for construction, in Algeria we expect to receive the permit maybe at the end of February next year. So, and it will take 2 more years to build such plant in Algeria, but it will be absolutely huge, up to 120 tons. and it will be everyday consumption of 1,000 trucks, 120 kilo per day of feeding for one truck refrigerator. So what else we are thinking and what we are doing? So now we're discussing with one operators of houseboats to convert houseboats on hydrogen too. So it will be just relax for fun. It's not for serious people, but anyway, it could be good idea to start our implementation onto marine applications. Also, we're discussing with port authorities in Estonia. They visited us last Friday on our locomotive presentation, and they want to convert several so-called port fleet vessels, like tugs, like dredgers, like some scientific and research vessels in Estonia. So, and we were also discussing with them to do maybe next year. And we actively, as I started to talk in the beginning of the presentation, we're actively discussing with airports for promoting of our Coolergizers for charging of aircrafts. So, thank you very much. If you have any question, I'm ready to answer.